Hello, my name is Ann Kent. I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist and the owner of Peas and Happiness. And I'm excited to invite you back to my kitchen today to talk about onions, how to slice an onion specifically. A lot of times we think of onions as sort of like a seasoning. It's a base in a lot of soups or casseroles and other mixed dishes. But especially as we go into winter and there are no longer a lot of those delicious, easily available seasonal veggies, onions are a really great option to add as a vegetable to your dish. So I want to just go over how to slice an onion because that's usually the best way to serve an onion as part of the main dish, and that's what I'm making tonight. I'm actually making a recipe called Savory Eggplant over rice, which is on the blog. I'll drop a link to that so that you can access that as well. But this uses a sliced onion as part of the dish. So I'm just going to set you down here and we're going to go ahead and get started. This onion did come from Miller Farms. It's from the farmer's market, so it's pretty dirty because it came from the ground. But the first thing we're going to do is to slice both ends. So I'm going to use a chef's knife and just trim this part off. And I'm going to get rid of that because this is where all of the dirt is. There's literally dust on this. That's what happens when you get veggies fresh from the farm. Okay, then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to do the same thing with the opposite end. I'm just going to cut straight through there. And again, I'm going to brush away some of that extra dirt. And now we're going to peel the outer couple of layers. A question often is, how many layers do you need to peel? And the answer is it depends. It depends on the quality of onion, but you want to peel it down to a layer where it's uniform in color and uniform in that there's no blemishes, so that it's really clean. So I'm just going to peel all that away. You can see, for example, if I don't peel enough, here you can see that that's a little bit papery there. So I'm going to go ahead and peel that extra layer. If you peel too many layers, you just don't have an onion anymore. So there's not really any danger of peeling too many, except that you'll run out of onion. Okay, so once I've peeled the outer layers, I'm going to slice this in half lengthwise, always laying it down on the cut side so that I don't cut myself. And now I'm going to cut this into very, very thin wedges. The thinner they are, the faster they'll cook. So if I were going to grill this, I might cut them in thicker wedges like this, but I'm going to saute these in some oil for a long amount of time and sort of caramelize them. And so I want really thin, nice wedges here. If you were going to dice this, if you have family members who don't love onions, you would simply turn your onion a quarter turn after this and cut perpendicular to these wedges like this if we are going to dice or cut even smaller. Another common question I get is how to prevent your eyes from watering or burning when you cut onions. And honestly, there are a lot of wives' tales out there, but there are not really any scientific methods for helping prevent the burning in your eyes. So if it happens, some onions have more of the chemical that causes the burning. The chemical is called synpropanethyl S oxide for anybody who wants to know, but there's not really any tried and true methods. So if you have a good way of preventing burning, I would love to hear it. I think my best way is when I wear contacts instead of glasses, that it protects my eyes a little bit. But now we're going to use this as a vegetable in just a simple saute. A really good way to use this as a vegetable, I mentioned grilling, but caramelizing your onions is a really delicious method to using onions as a vegetable. So again, I'll drop the link for the savory eggplant over rice. Another really nice recipe for this is the Mujadara, which is a lentils and onions dish. So I'll drop that link as well. But if you have any other ways that you like using onions as a vegetable and not just a flavoring, I would love to hear them. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and I will catch you next week. Bye-bye.